in the heart of what is now Ghana. In the early 1900s, a fierce and indomitable woman named Yaa Asantewaa rose, a Jusu queen mother to prominence as a symbol of resistance and strength. Her name would become synonymous with one of the most inspiring chapters in African history, the Yaa Asantewaa War. During this time, the Ashanti Empire, located in the heart of West Africa, had been under British colonial rule for several years. The Ashanti people, who had a rich history of independence and a deep respect for their traditions and rulers, grew increasingly resentful of the British presence and their oppressive policies. Tensions came to a head when the British governor, Frederick Hodgson, demanded that the Ashanti king, Prempeh I, surrender his cherished golden stool, a symbol of Ashanti unity and sovereignty, to the British crown. After the arrest of Nana Prempeh, the Ashanti chief who betrayed the Ashanti kingdom to whites informed the governor to arrest some troublesome chiefs, who even in the absence of the king could still organize themselves and attack the castle. So the governor later arrested the following chiefs: Asafo Bokai, Ofinso Kwadwokwam, Bantema Amankwesha, Ejisu Kwasi Afren, Mampong Hene, Adam Asamoah Kwame, Oyoko Ajikom, Nkwata Adu Kofi, Domnes Boten, and the Queen Mother. They were all taken to Elmina Castle. The Ashanti people were outraged, and the situation became a powder keg ready to explode. It was in this tumultuous atmosphere that Yaa Asantewaa, a Queen Mother and a respected member of the Ashanti royal family, emerged as a leader. Yaa Asantewaa was no ordinary woman. She was a woman of immense courage, intelligence, and determination. She recognized that the time had come for her people to take a stand, gathering the support of other influential Ashanti leaders and warriors. Yaa Asantewaa rallied her people with a passionate call to arms. Her powerful speeches stirred the heart of the Ashanti, inspiring them to rise against the British oppressors and defend their land, their culture, and their freedom. In March 1900, the Yaa Asantewaa War began. Yaa Asantewaa and her forces engaged the British in fierce battles, proving that the Ashanti were not to be underestimated. Yaa Asantewaa's leadership and battlefield tactics earned her respect both at home and abroad. However, despite their bravery and resilience, the Ashanti forces were ultimately outmatched in terms of firepower and resources. Yaa Asantewaa was eventually captured, but her legacy lived on. The war continued for even months until Nana Yaa Asantewaa was captured and sent to Seychelles Island together with Nana Prempeh and some Ashanti chiefs and royals. She later died and Nana Prempeh was later returned and reinstated. Her war had inspired a spirit of resistance that could not be extinguished. The Ashanti were eventually defeated, and their kingdom was formally annexed by the British Empire. However, Yaa Asantewaa's bravery and unwavering commitment to her people left an indelible mark on Ghanaian history. Yaa Asantewaa's name will forever be remembered as a symbol of courage and resilience in the face of adversity. After Yaa Asantewaa's capture, the Ashanti resistance against British colonial rule faced a challenging and uncertain period. Yaa Asantewaa's absence left a void in leadership, but her spirit continued to inspire her people. Yaa Asantewaa was imprisoned by the British, and her captivity symbolized the suppression of the Ashanti resistance movement. However, her unwavering spirit could not be contained. From her cell, she continued to rally the spirits of her fellow prisoners with speeches filled with resilience and hope. Back in Ashanti, the people were devastated by Yaa Asantewaa's capture. They began to regroup and reorganize, seeking new leaders to carry on the struggle. Several prominent figures emerged to take up the mantle of leadership and continue the resistance. One of these leaders was Nana Omosewa, a charismatic and strategic thinker. She, like Yaa Asantewaa, was a queen mother and had witnessed the oppression of her people firsthand. Nana Omasawa united various factions within the resistance, emphasizing the importance of unity and the need to adapt their tactics to the changing circumstances. Under Nana Omasawa's leadership, the Ashanti resistance adopted guerrilla warfare tactics, making it difficult for the British to maintain control over the region. They used the dense forest and knowledge of the terrain to their advantage, launching surprise attacks and then disappearing into the wilderness. The British, who had initially underestimated the determination of the Ashanti people, began to face significant challenges in maintaining their control over Ashanti. The resistance movement continued to gain momentum, drawing support from neighboring regions and sympathizers from abroad. Over time, international pressure also mounted on the British Empire to address the situation in Ashanti. Stories of Yaa Asantewa's bravery and the continued resistance efforts had reached far and wide, prompting calls for a more just resolution to the conflict. Finally, in 1902, negotiations took place between the Ashanti leaders and the British authorities. The Ashanti people were not able to fully regain their independence, but they secured certain concessions, including the return of their sacred golden stool. This agreement marked a turning point, and it was seen as a partial victory for the Ashanti. Although Yaa Asantewa remained in captivity, her spirit remained unbroken. Her story and the legacy of her resistance continue to inspire not only the Ashanti people but also countless others around the world who admired her unwavering commitment to the cause of freedom and justice. Yaa Asantewa's name lived on as a symbol of courage and resistance, and her sacrifice paved the way for future generations to continue the fight for independence and self-determination. The struggle was far from easy, but it was a testament to the power of determination and the indomitable spirit of those who resist oppression. Thank you for watching this exciting story. Please kindly subscribe it and share for more videos.